This is Transformers Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class Soundwave. The figure is part of, if I believe correctly, it should be part of Wave 6 of the Transformers Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class toy line. And this one is the, as you can see, Hasbro version. I don't have the Takara version to compare it with, so if anybody has it and has both figures, somebody let me know what the differences are. So I don't really know, but this one is the Hasbro version. It's a figure I picked up at Our Toys here in Manila. If you're ever in the Green Hills area, you might want to check out that store. Some great stuff they have. Anyway, here is Soundwave. The figure's not that. It's not as great as I thought it would be. Aesthetically, I mean, I'm pretty sure they had a lot of things going for with this figure. They tried to make it as it looks decent enough to represent the movie Dark of the Moon Soundwave. But it does have flaws, and a lot of it has to do with quality control. That's one. Second, transformation is a big pain in the behind. If you watched my my Ages of Thunder Thor video, you'll understand why I'm trying to choose my words. Anyway, yeah, and overall feel to it as a toy is just not that great. And I'm sorry to disappoint a lot of those who have really been big fans of this figure, this particular version of Soundwave. But it's not something. When pictures of this thing it's not something that I would recommend you just go crazy looking all over town for. I mean, you'd like hunt desperately for this one. It's not something that's worth hunting for. And it's a shame because I'm pretty sure the designers had a lot of things going for this figure. Anyway, let's talk about the figure. Get on with the. Yeah. Okay. Let me just stand it up properly. Okay. Let's start with the MechTech weapons. It's the most obvious. This is actually the MechTech weapon is pretty cool. This is probably my second or third favorite. Probably my second favorite after the Deluxe Class Ratchet MechTech weapon. And the way it goes is you pull on these tabs and the gun turns into like a radar dish. It needs to pick up some cable or needs to spy on people. So it's like a radar dish that transforms into a gun. So that's pretty cool. I actually like that. Colors are great. Some paint apps over here, and they chose the molded plastic colors very well. I like it. I like it a lot. You can mount it in just about any MechTech port you want. MechTech port here. There's a MechTech port right here on his shoulder, and make it more G1-esque. But anyway, that's that. Sorry, size comparison. He's pretty short, as you can see. This figure is a pretty short Deluxe Class figure, and he's about the same height. So a little bit small. Here he is with the Cyberverse version. Okay, now we'll keep this guy in the background for now. And so there, let's talk about the figure in general. When I opened up this figure, the first thing that greeted me was two loose parts that were broken. Well, this one was just loose because, as you can see, the I don't know if you can see it very well. I tried to super glue it. That's why my hands are bruised. Can you see it? This thing is cracked right there. You can see that movement right there. It's cracked. And what does that mean? If it's cracked, this thing is going to be loose forever. I've tried super gluing it. It's not going to work because every time you try and fit this thing in, it just pops that thing right off. So I've been pretty, I haven't had too much luck with the Deluxe class Soundwaves. If you've seen my Cybertronian Soundwave review from the Transformers Generation line, you'll also know that the bicep swivel of that particular figure is also loose, which leads to a very loose forearm. It keeps popping off. And same thing with this one. It's also the left arm. So pretty, I don't know if it's such a coincidence. I've just had bad luck with Deluxe class Soundwave figures. Second, a piece immediately fell off as I was transforming it. And I'll tell you what it is in a sec if I can just show you. As you can see, this piece compared to this, see, there's a screw right there. See this one? No screw. I thought the screw had just dropped off, but this entire assembly had fallen off. And I figured, you know, if there was a screw, it wouldn't have fallen off. I combed the entire floor. There was no screw. And the reason I'm guessing it fell off was because there was no screw. So screw you, Hasbro. Luckily for me, I display most of my figures in robot mode, and that screw isn't such a big requirement in robot mode because the doors they fold onto it and keep it in place. So that's that. He's got this huge windshield backpack, and that's really just forming an an elongated crotch piece, whatever. I'm trying to see it in the most positive way I can, but there's really no positive way to look at it. It's just a big backpack that's sticking out. And Hasbro could have added another hinge right here to allow the piece to fold up, but I guess that would have been more expensive, and they had to put these MechTech ports right here with spring-loaded action, and they sacrificed the aesthetic for those two pegs, and they just used a single clear plastic, which really sucks. The head is pretty cool. That's one thing going for it. Painted very well, really badass looking. The aesthetic in robot mode as a display piece is pretty cool. Articulation, he's got a ball jointed shoulder, double jointed elbow with a ball joint right there. Wrist swivel, but then again, wrist hinge, but it does not have a swivel joint, and therefore all he can do is just lift some weights. That's how it would look like. His arm always looks like that. There's no way to really, how do you say this? Put it in the prone position. See? He's got a ball jointed hip, which is very tight, as well as a thigh swivel, and double hinged knees because of transformation, and some foot articulation because of transformation. But as you try and move the joints about, there's just so much kibble from the backpack and from the shoulder that everything just gets in the way, and even here there are pegs here and there that just really get in the way of moving the shoulder, which really is a bit annoying. Am I losing light? Let there be light. There we go. So, excuse me. Very disappointed, particularly in the quality issues. Also, as you can see, this one's pretty loose. This one's, they're pretty loose. They're just riveted in. And the instruction spans like about 2 or 3 panels just telling you to fold it this way and transform it from car to robot mode. That's just sucks. And it doesn't even hold. So a lot of quality issues, great aesthetic, but poor playability. Been 10 minutes, 9 minutes, still no transformation. My bad. So to transform him, without trying to break him, go ahead and fold the arms this way. Go ahead and rotate this one with utmost care this way. Go ahead and rotate these pieces here like that. Go ahead and try and fold it down first, and then, oops, my bad, sorry. Try and rotate. And there goes the arm. Yeah, we'll put it back later. Okay. Like that. Go ahead and... Oh, god damn it. Okay. Okay. You'll need to collapse the... You'll need to collapse the arm or later. Just put it in this position. Like that. Okay, like that. Okay, go ahead and that's what happened. Unpeg the false front grille of the car and open up the real front grille of the car. Like that. Raise it up. Like this. Fold this false piece inside. Fold the arms this way. Same thing here. Fold it this way. Go ahead and reattach it like that. And then join them. Fold them together. There's like a peg right there. There's a peg. There's a huge peg right there into that hole. You just fold it in like that. Go ahead and straighten out these pieces. Okay, like that. Next thing you want to do, you want to bring this thing down, this whole windshield, just slightly down. Okay. Go ahead and transform the feet. Okay. Okay. Oop, there you go. Okay. Just really, really annoying. Anyway, go ahead and fold the panels up like that. Okay. And here's the tricky bit. Okay. Alright. Trying to construct the whole car. Oops, sorry, the head. My bad. Just put it like that. Put it like this. Go ahead and close the hood. Like that. Ah, I can't believe this thing popped off. What the hell? Screw you, Hasbro. Anyway, any more joints that want to pop off? I say just keep this guy in one mode. Like either keep it in robot mode or just keep it in car mode, obviously. But don't keep transforming him because he's just a pain in the ass. Anyway. It's not going to stay. Okay. Go ahead and close the bumpers. Ooh. And finally, just close the top part of the car. Oh, move this up. Come on now. Okay. And there is Soundwave in his. We'll put this thing back right here just for lighting. There is Soundwave in his SLS AMG mode, Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG mode. Why is it so freaking dark? Because it's Dark of the Moon, haha. Anyway, so there he is. There is Soundwave in his alt mode. Took forever to transform. I know. I do apologize, but a lot of quality issues with the entire figure, and I am just not happy with this figure. Definitely not. But I'm one of those who I'm a completist in some ways, and I was really looking forward to this one. And he's probably going to go in the shelf either this way or maybe probably robot mode. Definitely robot mode. Yeah, so my tech port's there. And this is Human Alliance Soundwave. Why is it so freaking dark? Okay, there we go. Excuse me. Okay. And there is the Human Alliance counterpart, which is a heck of a lot better than this one. It rolls very well. There's enough clearance. Not as much as this one, but a lot of clearance. Sorry, not like this one. This one really hugs the floor. This one, there's enough clearance despite what happens. I forgot to show one thing. I know this thing in robot mode. You're supposed to pop this one off just like that. You're supposed to elevate it in robot mode. It really has no purpose whatsoever. I have no idea why they had to do that. So there you go. Would I recommend this? Definitely not. Don't buy this figure unless you're a completist or a big movieverse Soundwave fan. Stay away from this figure. If you want a definitive Soundwave figure, I think that it's the Human Alliance figure you need to get. This is the way to go if you want a Dark of the Moon Soundwave. If you don't want to spend too much money on Soundwave, you just need a Soundwave for your shelf. This guy is what you should be getting. He's like on clearance right now for something like, well, I don't know, about about $4. In Manila, he's like on clearance for about $4, and I know in some parts of the world it's like $2 or something like that. So just get this one if you don't want to spend. Not a big fan of Soundwave, just need a Soundwave on the shelf. If you're a big fan of Soundwave, you absolutely need a definitive Soundwave. This is the way to go. If you're a completist, and just like the deluxe class size, then I suppose you can get this one. But don't get it more than, I wouldn't pay more than $20 or $18 for this one. It is not worth the prices that it's going for on eBay. So anyway, folks, I do apologize for another lackluster review. Just very disappointed with the figure. If you want to know my latest toy purchases and upcoming reviews, please follow me on Twitter at www.twitter.com/fxfranz. If you want to know, if you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my other channel, Chefatron. There you go, folks. Transformers Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class Soundwave. Thanks for watching.